over the hills and far from mine. She's waiting for love to be realized. I'll send her my heart covered as a gift, and hope that you'll take it into her side.
Stage of the project, the World Without Visas, within which Valery Shannon travels only around the countries visa-free for Russians. Maynur Klemantieva became his fellow traveler on this trip. Nepal, Manaslu Circuit Trek. The main goal of this trip was to walk the path along the tourist trail around Manaslu. It is one of the most beautiful and still not to walk tourist routes of Nepal. The trail climbs the gorge of the river of the Buri Gandaki over the pass of Larkiala at the altitude of 5,135 meters and then goes down along the Marsiandi River. This region of Nepal is located on the border with Tibet, and for a long time it was closed for foreigners. The trail around Manaslu was open only in 1992, rather to say, conditionally open. You can only come here accompanied by a certified guide working with foreigners. Trekking around Manaslu is not conventional pedestrian tourism. It's not what we are used to. It's a long foot walk with light baggage. It is not permitted to go on the trail without a guide. You can resent and protest, but it is better to relax and enjoy the process. We are ready to fight. Our travel begins in Pokhara, on the bank of the picturesque Bava Lake. From here we will continue to the town of Arungat Bazar, located at the altitude of 500 meters above sea level. The road passes across the plains, among rice fields and vegetable gardens. It is warm and humid, real tropics. It is already October, and butterflies are still flitting around. There is a lot of water everywhere, on the fields and on the road. These places have been inhabited for a long time. On the right, the river Buri Gandaki is rustling. We are meeting the caravans. The trail is still wide, but we need to start learning to react correctly. When meeting the donkeys, we need to huddle to the rocks. On the opposite side of the trail, animals can accidentally push you off the steep. The rivers and rivulets flow into Burigandaki from left and right. The small ones can easily be crossed by water. Across the larger ones, by narrow suspension bridges. From the plain, we enter into the narrow gorge, cutting the main Himalaya ridge. We will continue along it until the pass of Lakhyala. The path quickly goes higher and higher. Here on the fields, they don't grow rice anymore, but millet. On the way, we pass through small villages, majestic entrance gate, and 2-3 houses made of raw stones. There is not a lot of fertile soil here. Farmers have to work tirelessly in order to provide food to their families. It is getting cooler in the morning. In the village of Tatopani, the first snow top appeared in the vicinity zone. It will become a landmark for the following several days. It's so heavy. How many kilograms? About 70. The villages are small here. There is nowhere to go. There is no space for the fields, and the road was not made yet. Slightly higher, on flatter hills, the vaster fields start appearing, and apple orchards. The progress hasn't reached here. The technology of farming practically hasn't changed for the last several hundred years. It is all because there is no actual roads. And how much can be carried on a donkey's back? The village of Namarung, located at the altitude of 2,540 meters, is almost a city by local standards. They even have side streets, not just the central. There are both stupas and monasteries here. Here, the cows and horses are getting replaced by yaks. Their only look scares you at first, but actually these animals are extremely timid. In the rocky Nepalese village, the tallest and